Dr. Rasha, thank you very much for agreeing to speak with us.
Thank you very much.
Right. Let's first talk about Merck Foundation. Why was it founded and some of the projects that are involved with it?
So to let you know, Merck Foundation is a philanthropic arm of Merck Germany, which is the oldest pharmaceutical and chemical company in the world. Actually, this year we are celebrating the 350th anniversary of Merck company. So of course, since long time ago, since generation, we are taking corporate social responsibility as part of the DNA of Merck. And last year, 2017, they decided to establish the foundation. The Merck family decided to establish the foundation of Merck to put all our activities and programs to build healthcare capacity and to empower women and youth in scientific research, and also to improve access to healthcare, innovative and equitable healthcare solutions under one roof, which is Merck Foundation. So we have too many programs, as you might know. We have programs about building cancer care capacity, which is very, very critical for Africa, since we have a very limited numbers of oncologists across the world. And we also have Merck More than a Mother, which you are fond of. And we have also programs about scientific research and about diabetes and hypertension, so many of them.
So Dr. Rasha, you're both the first African and a woman to be CEO of this very, very influential foundation. How did you get here?
Thank you very much for this. And I work for Merck for 22 years now, so it's another lifetime. So, of course, I had my MBA in corporate social responsibility integration with business strategy, and it was a very important step for me to take the corporate social responsibility function first in the company, and then to be the CEO of the first foundation and one and only foundation they have owned by Merck Germany. Of course, this is a very important thing, personally and professionally. Personally, because I am a woman and I'm an African woman, and this is a great honor for us as African and as women.
Absolutely.
And personally, because as you know, I'm from Egypt, a simple girl like all the girls now, and was dreaming to have a career, and all the challenges and the glass ceilings we face in the Middle East and in Africa, you know, you feel that you achieved a big milestone to be the CEO of one of the biggest foundations in the world.
Yeah.
This is only because someone, somewhere, someday empowered me. And I think women empowerment is great things, and it's very important. That's why I believe in it very much. And now it's my turn to empower others.
Absolutely, fantastic. So now let's talk about one of the campaigns under Merck Foundation, that is the Merck More Than a Mother campaign. Why is it important to have this particular campaign, and what is the reach that it has?
This is a critical campaign. Actually, we cannot leave this campaign and turn our heads away, because, as you know, women who cannot have children, either they are infertile or for any other reason, they are always stigmatized and discriminated and subject for physical and psychological violence in many cultures in Africa and developing countries. And as women, and as the Merck Foundation, which is owned by Merck, the leader of fertility management, we couldn't just step behind and say it's not our business. We have to do something, and we have to empower these women, and we have to raise awareness. If I give you 3 numbers, you will understand why it is very important. You know that each couple in Africa are infertile. It's a really, really big number.
It is.
And then almost 85% of these cases can be prevented, because it's due to untreated infectious diseases. Which is a result from child marriage, genital mutation, unsafe abortion, unsafe delivery, STDs. So all these things we advocate against every day. One of its complication, and very much concrete complication, is infertility. So if we prevent it and we raise awareness about prevention, it will be, of course, sorted out in a few years.
Right.
Something else is that men refuse to admit that they are infertile. As we know, although scientifically they are responsible for 50% of the factors of infertility. So it's a joint responsibility. It's a shared responsibility. So we want to encourage men to speak open, speak openly about discuss the problem without having a taboo. Support the wives, join the journey with the wife for the treatment. So this is very, very important. 3 numbers and 3 objectives of Merck Foundation.
Fantastic, and absolutely a critical and important campaign,
yes,
which has seen you working with First Ladies across Africa on the same. Why did the First Ladies get involved in this campaign?
Actually, as I told you, after they've seen, there's too many of the First Ladies, and I really appreciate them, the great women leaders, and being a woman, an African woman in that position, to be the First Lady of a country, when she take that forward, it gave an impact, a huge impact, in a very, very smaller and shorter time with smaller efforts. So when they've seen the stories which we had in our video, if everyone joined us in our social media, Merck More Than a Mother and Merck Foundation social media, Facebook and Twitter, you will see stories of women which were unbelievable, that in the 21st century, still women suffer this abuse due to a cause, something they are not responsible for at all. And we just let it go. So when they've seen it, they said, no way, we have to champion, we have to be ambassador of this campaign. We have to be an important factor and critical factor to empower childless women in Africa through access to information, health, and change of mindset, and completely change a culture. So there's too many First Ladies.
Yeah,
you know,
who are some of them that
yes,
you're involved in?
Yes, First Lady of Niger, First Lady of Chad, First Lady of Guinea, First Lady of Gambia, also the chairperson of the National Assembly of Namibia, which is a woman and also great leader, and also the First Lady of Nigeria and First Lady of Sierra Leone. And we already signed an MOU with the organization of all African First Ladies. So we are going to be partnering with all of them. I'm approaching recently First Lady of Burundi and Zambia and Mali and Gabon and all the other countries to launch Merck More Than a Mother and Merck Foundation step by step in each country.
Oh,
definitely.
So what has been the impact of working with First Ladies on the campaign?
It's unbelievable changes, and of course we discover a lot of women, they tell their stories, and we have a lot of media coverage to improve the perception of the community and society to the infertility in general and infertile women in particular. And also we group them in groups to empower them through small projects, like to have another purpose in life, because all the women in these countries and in certain cultures, they have only one purpose, that to bring children, to be mothers. If you lose this purpose, you lose the purpose in life in general, and you want to die and accept any kind of treatment. So we want to change that. As soon as we group them and train them and give them the means to have a small business, micro business, to have a stable and income and to be independent, they transform to completely different personalities, strong, beautiful, self-confidence, and actually they start new life and maybe also remarry and have a husband who really respects them after all the abuse from the previous husband, for example, or go for treatment with a new husband or their current husband and get actually children. So because it's the only thing is maybe she going to the doctor by herself and the problem is in the husband and he refused to go. And then they will never have children then because the main cause is not treated.
Right.
So all this actually, they sensitize the community, and because they are strong leaders and respected by the community and the society, they listen to them and they make a change, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
And now, 1 year on from the founding of the Merck Foundation, what's the way forward for both the foundation and this Merck More Than a Mother campaign?
The way forward, we will continue. We will scale up. We will continue our mission and vision to make a change and lead Africa to a better future and lead the developing countries to a better future. One being one of the continent persons and population, and one of these countries, I feel very much to all the challenges, and we will address all the challenges step by step, but in a very concrete and sustainable and very serious way, with a long-term commitment and which will emphasize the trust and also the local partnership with ministries of health, with First Ladies' offices, with academia. And something very important I want to include in our activities, and we started end of last year, is getting media as a main concrete partner. So media and art. And maybe you will see that in the future when you see our first production of cooperation with art and artists. It's very important. They enter every house, and I feel they are a very good factor and a very important partner if you want to make a change in the culture and you want to address a very sensitive topic and you want to destigmatize something. It's a media and art. So this is our next step. So of course, all the activities for cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and Merck More than a Mother will continue with a great scale up for many countries and the 2 new partners.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dr. Rasha.
Thank you very, very much.
To
Thank
you
you.
and to the
Thank you.
foundation.
Thank you very much.